friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Design Tips and Tricks, How to Design Like a Professional. We are starting episode 1, which is determining your design style. So sit back, relax, get excited, and I am going to walk through the design process step by step, episode by episode, so it's not overwhelming and you're going to end up with a professionally looking designed home. So again, we're going to talk about design styles. There are probably about a billion, maybe even 1,000,000,001 design styles. Obviously, we can't talk about them all. So I'm going to pick the most popular styles and walk you through them so you can determine what it is you like. So step 1 is Pinterest. Pinterest is your friend. If you don't have an account, get one. I highly recommend it. This is a super, super easy way to determine what it is you like and don't like. So you can create a board, and let's say you are designing your family room. And if you type in family room design ideas, there's going to be a ton of pictures that pop up, and scroll through them, see what it is you like, pin some, cruise by some others. And this will help you create a board that has a lot of pictures that you can go back through on your own, grab a cup of coffee, grab a glass of wine, grab a shot of tequila, I don't judge, and see if there are any common themes, like, for instance, colors for paint. If most of your pins have some shade of blue on the walls, then that's probably a direction that you want to go. If most of the furniture is a light neutral, then I'd say that's probably where you're leaning. So again, just go through, no pressure. This should be super fun, and create your board. So I'm going to flip my screen around, and I have created some boards with the design styles we're going to talk about. And I'm going to go through quickly and kind of point out what the common themes are for each design style, so you'll have a better feel maybe of what it is you like and what you're going for. So I'm going to flip my screen around. Okay, we are looking at the Pinterest board that I have created for these videos in particular. So if we want to talk about design styles, very common design styles overall, we are going to talk about traditional, contemporary, transitional, modern farmhouse, mid-century modern, and boho. The reason I included mid-century modern and boho is that they are making a huge comeback, and that is where a lot of designers are gravitating toward. So if you want to be cutting edge, I would recommend those two styles if you like them. So let's talk about traditional first. As you can see in this photo, you've got classic styling, you've got symmetry, balance within the room, some mid-tone colors, you've got dark woods, solids, and then stripes and floral patterns. Sometimes you'll even get into some plaid, which plaid is actually also making a big comeback. But as you can see, the elements in this image, you've got the dark hardwood floors, you have the turned legs on some of the furniture, which is a huge indicator of traditional design style. You have some floral and solid pillows. You have the matching symmetrical balanced lamps behind the sofa, and they have a bell lampshade, which is a very traditional style. And you have a scrolled candelabra type chandelier. The area rug has a very minimal pattern. A lot of times you'll also see oriental rugs in a traditional design style. So let's go back to common design styles, and we will talk about contemporary design. In contemporary design, it's not necessarily modern, which is 1930s influenced, very, very, very streamlined, clean lines, black, white, gray, no accessorizing. So that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about contemporary design style. So contemporary is clean and sleek lines still, as you can see on the coffee table, the barrel chairs. We've got some muted neutral colors. We've got some metallics in here, straight legs, a lot of graphic elements like your art pieces here, this piece above the fireplace, the windows in this, which I know you can't necessarily change your windows, but you have the clean lines and it's a graphic pattern. And on this end table, you have a nice metallic patterning style. So you've got simple, you've got neutral with some focus on the shapes and graphic elements in these types of rooms. So let's go back. So if you aren't super traditional and you aren't super modern or contemporary, then transitional might be the style for you, which is exceptionally common. Transitional, as it sounds like, is basically a contemporary and traditional style combined. You've got a balance of historic pieces, updated pieces, neutral colors. Let's see what you can see in this image here. It's basically a classic, timeless, very sophisticated look. You've got a white neutral palette, which is your backdrop. You've got some pops of color, which in this case are still neutrals, but you've got some browns and some different colors in the area rug. And you have minimal accessories, but you still do have some thrown in there. In this one in particular, if you look up at this piece of art, it is a abstract landscape. In traditional, this would probably be a true landscape, but because it is transitional, it's got that abstract element to it, so it's just kind of a nod to traditional landscape, and you've got it paired with a more modern abstract piece. You have clean lines on the furniture, but not, it's still got that cozy, comfortable, cushiony feel, but then you throw in a more contemporary piece like this chair. This light fixture is a modern fixture, but it has a traditional shape. So again, it's kind of a blend of the two styles. So if you are like a lot of people, transitional is the way to go. So let's go back and let's talk about Modern Farmhouse, which I know probably everybody knows from our favorite HGTV shows. Modern Farmhouse has been huge for several years now. I'm not saying it's going out of style, but it's probably going to start being seen less and less. Probably if you're watching any of the design shows on TV, you're already noticing that they're going more towards that mid-century modern boho feel. However, Modern Farmhouse is still beautiful and I still love it. So let's talk about it. It's very relaxed furniture style, but it has modern touches. It's got a neutral color scheme, and it's a little less rustic than country. It's more sophisticated than country, but you still have distressed pieces. For instance, you've got this rustic mantle, you have this distressed coffee table, however, it is in traditional styling with the turn legs. You've got slip-covered furniture, which is a huge indicator of a relaxed style furniture piece. Light colors, I like the black accents, gives it a little bit of interest so it doesn't all get washed out with the white coloring. You've got a lot more accessories than some of the other styles. You've got the greenery in here, which makes it feel more outside is in, more cozy. And you have some decorative elements like this arched window pane and this shutter on the interior that is also distressed. So in a nutshell, that is your Modern Farmhouse design. Now, like I've been talking about, mid-century modern is a big one. It's got its roots in the 50s and the 60s. So you've probably seen parents or grandparents' houses with this type of furniture. And unfortunately, when I went and helped my grandparents move, I had access to all of this type of furniture, actual, real, solid, original pieces that at the time was not in at all. And we took them to Goodwill. So that's my faux pas. So if you have any access to these pieces, great. Or you can go to your local flea market or secondhand store, and I'm sure you'll be able to find a lot of these, but there are also replicas everywhere these days that you can find. But basically, mid-century modern is really simple, functional pieces, very natural shapes. You don't have a lot of ornate detailing on the doors. They're usually this flat panel design, this straight line legs. We've got this straight line freestanding lamp here. Um, you'll notice a lot of natural colors, with the kind of an orange brown tone being a huge anchor color in mid-century modern design. And then you've got a couple of other pieces in neutrals. You've got light and dark to bring a little interest. Let's see. Mid-century modern also has a lot of low pieces, like this coffee table, this credenza. They tend to be a little bit lower than what you would find in a more contemporary piece. So in a nutshell, that is mid-century modern for you. And then we're going to go to a fun one, boho. Okay, now we are going to look at boho, which is short for a bohemian design style, where you'll see we have bold colors, textures, patterns within the space. You've got a highly textured rug with a bold pattern on it. You've got natural colors, the oranges, the greens, the golds. Um, Again, more pattern here and on the decorative elements, and you have a lot of layering. In this one, they've got the different pillows on top of the sofa, a throw, you've got some plants and baskets over here. It's just a really chill vibe, very colorful, a lot of texture, as I said before. A lot of times you'll get rattan furniture, you'll get the woven wall hangings, vintage pieces. It basically has more of a collected look. So if you like this, then boho is the way to go. No rhyme intended. Okay, so now that we have the design styles discussed and hopefully a little bit clearer in your mind, and I've told you go through Pinterest, create some boards for yourself of pictures that you like. You don't have to think about it really hard. Just go type in, let's say, family room decor. And if you want to throw in transitional to traditional boho design ideas, great. You can start pinning them into your boards, which I've done a couple examples here. So I went through, created a family room decor board. And if you look at it just at a glance and you look across all 5 pictures, you'll notice that a common element is white or very light walls, with the exception of this one. It is light colored furniture, and you have natural elements like wood coffee tables, wood end tables. Um, You've got, looks like a lot of metals in there in the dark metal family, but all the rooms are very light and airy. A lot of plant use to bring that quality in, and just basically an overall lot of natural finishes. So that right there, you can write down when you look at your board some of those elements that you see in common. And it should jump out to you pretty clearly once you do this. If not, go into each of the images and write down. It even has notes on the pin, but you can just write it on a piece of paper if you want. Specific things about each one that you like. So you have a list personalized for yourself. And then I'm going to go back to, I have one for master bedroom decor ideas. So in these, you see again, it's a lot of neutral palette, but it looks like I am leaning towards darker walls in all of these bedrooms with the lighter furniture. All of them have an area rug, which I like in a bedroom. I think even if you have a carpet, you can throw in an area rug. It just adds another layer of texture and warmth and comfort in the room. In this one, we've got, metal bed, we've got a metal chandelier, we have some light fixtures and fans, so that obviously I'm leaning towards a lot of metal elements. Two of them have a brown leather bench at the end of the bed with some metal legs, and I think that's a really warm way to bring some texture and color into a room. We're looking at all neutral bedding with some throws. So again, at a glance, you can kind of see all the common elements that I particularly like for this master bedroom. So do that for yourself. And again, you should be able to kind of get a clear understanding relatively quickly of your likes and write them down. And when it's time to move forward with selecting furniture or finishes, you'll already have a great template to work from. So hopefully that helped. And another way that you can determine your design style is go through popular furniture websites like Pottery Barn, Restoration Hardware, Ethan Allen, and see if there is any particular styles you like, furniture pieces you like. And those sites tend to have a way to pin that picture to your Pinterest board because, of course, they want to sell you their furniture, but you don't have to buy. We'll talk about that in a later episode. So you can do that. You can go old school, which is kind of fun too, hands on. Go to the grocery store, buy a bunch of home decor magazines, and rip out pages you like, keep them in a folder or a scrapbook, and keep notes, likes and dislikes. Another tool that designers like to use for themselves and in presenting to their clients is a digital color board. Basically, all that is creating one spot on your computer, for instance, in a Word document or Google Docs. I personally like a Word document just because I can navigate it easier because I really am not tech savvy. And you put all the things that you have determined that you like into one digital space. That way you can see them all together and you can say, wow, this looks fantastic. This is exactly what I like and want to go forward with. Or I hate it. What was I thinking? And you delete it. So this is another tool that professional designers use, and it's super, super helpful. And I recommend that you do this. So I'm going to flip my screen around again and show you one that I've created and kind of talk about how you create that. Okay, so I have pulled up one of my color boards that I've done for a client previously. And as you can see, just at a first glance, I've got all the elements that we were planning on doing in this master bedroom. And it's a really easy way to just overall get the feel of the room, make sure all the elements work together, the colors work together, and you'll see that I have them numbered, and that is so that I can create a list and put a link into each one of these so that you know exactly what piece it is. Let's see. So you can do this yourself and you don't have to get this fancy. You don't have to do all the overlaps and everything. You can simply open a Word document or a Google Doc. Okay, so you have your Word document, and I just have them side by side so that I can show you what I'm doing without flipping tabs. So let's say you want to do a sofa. So I've got a furniture, living room furniture, sofas, and we scroll through and we find one we like. So let's say I like that one. And we go to a sectional version of it and we open it because a lot of times websites are funny and they won't let you copy and paste from the littler photo, you have to go to the bigger one. So you open it and you copy and you paste it here into the Word document, and then shrink it down so you can see a little bit better. And then I like to crop it because we don't need all that wall or floor. So then we just have the sofa that we want to use. Now let's say we want to add a chair. And this site is a little wonky. There we go. Furniture, living room furniture. Let's go to chairs. And we find a chair that we like. Let's do this fun barrel chair because everybody loves a barrel chair. Let's change the color. No, it won't do it on there. Let's see. See if it'll do this one. Nope. All right. Then we're going with this nice white color. We're going to copy the image. We're going to go back to our Word document and paste it in. Again, it comes in pretty big, so shrink it down and get it to about the same size and go to the format and crop it, get rid of all the extra wall and spaces on the side and a little bit of the floor. Okay, so you can just continue on with all the elements that you like from different websites or your Pinterest page, whatever elements, design pieces, furniture pieces that you want to put in this, great. So as you can see right now, it's just kind of side by side, and if you continued, it would go down the page. What I do is, I'll show you what I do to get that overlapping effect. You go to Insert and then Text Box, and this first one is just a simple text box with some text in it. I delete that and I cut the sofa out and go back into the text box and paste it. So then you can move around just like that, and that is my little hint and trick. We'll do another one so I can show you. Cut that out, paste it. You don't have to change that, but change that, and we can overlap like I did on my board. So that is how I do my design color boards for my clients to present. So again, you get everything in one nice package, and it makes it a lot clearer to them for what it's going to look like when it's all done. So now we've gone through episode 1, determining your design style, and hopefully that helped give you a jumping off point, and you can now go through that process, pull in some ideas, and then always go on to my next video and we'll continue the design process. And I know you can do this. Hang in there. We're going to have a lot of fun. If you like this video, please hit like, subscribe to my channel. And as always, if you don't like it, just don't tell anybody. Have a good day.